What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Stellar Lumens today, XLM USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 22nd day of September, and here we are in the midst of this market-wide flash crash reaction that we've seen. Everything took a bath. Everything did. Some are having better reactions than others, right? A lot of coins look like this right now where they've dropped a good bit, they've pumped a good bit back, and there's a big wick left behind. Now, a lot of people, whenever you look at this kind of behavior, you might think, oh, this is a good thing. And maybe it is. It could be a good thing. But typically, you get these big wicks like this, and you do come back down and feed into it, whether it's later, whether it's immediately. Like this one here, you had a pretty big wick, and then you came down. It's not as big as this one, but just relative to the candle. Let's see if we can find another example here. Very big wick, very nice day. You didn't go lower, but you still came back down into the wick. That's what I'm trying to say. So here we are at 36.5 cents right now. I think it's probabilistic that we do see lower prices than what we are at right now. Is it probabilistic that we go below this low? Maybe, maybe not. We found some pretty damn good support right here at this low. That's like a double bottom right there. I think that there's a solid chance that Stellar Lumens does not go lower, that is the low. But lower than its current price, sure, it absolutely could do that. So just keep your wits about you. That's the main kind of essence of that thought there. Very big wick, very predominant wick there, showing some significant support. I mean, we've seen it before though, right? Very big wicks down, and you still fill them up later. So it does happen. Don't be swayed by this. This is a good way where we get a wick like this over the coming days. We move up like this, and then you think that it's over. So then you go long at the top, and then it comes back down. You panic because what happened? It was a big wick. We were moving up higher. We were supposed to go higher. And then you get liquidated or you go short, and then that's whenever we actually move up, right? After we confuse a bunch of people. So I'm expecting some confusion. I'm expecting that over the coming days, this long to short ratio will level out a little bit more. Ideally, what will happen is that we clear out a bunch of longs and that we pile on a bunch of shorts, but time will tell. We'll see how that goes for Bitcoin. I wonder what Stellar Lumens actually looks like right now. We can do that. Let's see. Where is XLM? I should have just typed it. Why am I looking it up? Let's see. Yeah, I must have passed it. XLM. There we go. A ton of shorts, which is nice, right? You've got a lot more shorts piled on than you do longs. That's awesome. Yeah. On the bright side, this did not happen before the event they had, the Meridian event in Rio de Janeiro. It happened after, so that's good. Hold on real quick, you guys. I'm just gonna tell my daughter to chill. She's being a little loud. She goes, okay, shh. This is my last video of the day, probably. I might go live later today, actually, you guys. We'll see. But anyways, here, 36.5 cents right now, 7 hours, 24 minutes left in the day. Let's talk about the short-term stuff, and we'll zoom back out, okay? Nice to see that there are more shorts than longs on Stellar Lumens across the board. I think that's just going to fuel your fire to the upside there, okay? 1 hour time frame here. A lot of volume there at that low spike right there, but ate it all the way back up. A lot of volume here at the top. Hey, we might come down, right? Might come down. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, the RSI is bearish at the moment. You're at an area to reject. 23 minutes left in this 1 hour candle. You are green, but if you come down and you close red, you'd look like you are, in fact, rejecting the 50. So I would think that we come back down. What you probably do is you come back down, you form a higher low. Maybe you get a higher low here. You bounce right off the oversold zone in it, whatever. You get a double bottom, something like that. Going into the end of this day, maybe on a red note, but then tomorrow getting set up to move higher. That'd be the expectation there. Stochastics look bullish, but you're also at a point to reject like you did back here. And the MACD is bearish overall. It's the 1 hour, so who cares? 4 hour time frame here. Man, I love rubbing my bald head. I really do. I don't know. I'm new to this whole bald head style, so like I've never done this before in my life. I know a lot of like kids, whenever they grow up, they shave their head completely. I've never shaved my head completely before. But man, I think I'm the reason why the market dropped, right? I shaved my hair and then the market tanked. I'm going to move on from talking about that so I can wrap up this video because I can see that my toddler needs some attention. She definitely wants to play. 36.5 cents right now, 3 hours, 22 minutes left in this 4 hour time frame. Looking at this RSI, it is bearish overall. And again, the idea that we could come down a little bit maybe by the end of the day is still there. We could form some bullish divergence, but come up, find a lower high. Maybe we could try again later, get another drive of bullish divergence, and then sometime either later this week or by the end of this month, I would expect that we're moving up higher. I don't think that this persists too much longer, but we might be in these areas for the coming days. So don't get discouraged if we move a little bit lower from here, and then if we move up, don't get too excited. And then don't get too discouraged if we move back down. We might see some volatility. I really am expecting this to kind of shake out the markets a little bit, play with people's emotions, get some longs to clear out, get some shorts to pile on, that whole thing. Stochastics do look bullish. The MACD looks bearish. So two bearish things versus one bullish thing, but the RSI is, I would say, momentarily bullish. So we probably do grow tomorrow, I would think, but the rest of the day might be a little bit bearish for XLM. I want to look at the 1 hour, make sure I'm not missing anything. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll tell you what, I'll be wrong in one aspect here. If we don't sell off for the rest of the day, what we would see then is that by the end of this hour, we actually close green. Going into the next hour, we close green. If we can close the next 2 hours green, then we're probably going to continue to grow into the rest of the day. But if this hour closes red, I would assume that we probably move down going into the end of the day. We'll see. But the stochastics do look good. We're at an area where we rejected before. The RSI could come lower and then look good, right? The MACD looks bad. There's some good things and bad things, but I feel like the bad things outweigh the good things right now. Looking at the stochastics here on the daily, I would definitely think that we have lower to go over the coming days. We're probably going to hit that oversold zone, and then we'll bounce. Typically, you don't turn around right here. Typically, it is the oversold, right? You go oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold. That's kind of the thought here. If you bounce or find resistance, it's normally at the 50. We did for a second, but it was false, and we're going lower. So I would expect, again, this doesn't mean that we go lower than this low. It could mean that, but really what it means is we'll go lower than the current price right now. The MACD is rejecting the 0. That's also not good. So unless we have some kind of miracle pump between now and the end of the day, I think it's inevitable that the coming days will provide lower prices. Again, it's not a bad idea to wait and see. I just don't think, is it by the dip territory? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, from this high here, you're down 11%. Sure, it's at a good discount. But I think if you wait till this week is a little bit more developed, you might have better prices coming your way. So just be patient. Again, at this point in time, I'm expecting lower prices than where we are now, but I'm not expecting lower prices than this. Let's say I'm wrong and we do go below this low price that we just established today at 34.5 cents. If we go below there, the next target area to consider would be about 33.7 cents to 30.8 cents. Hold on. There's a plane that just landed. My daughter left the door open, so you guys could probably hear that. I was just trying to spare your ears. But why mute it, right? I should just let it play anyways. I don't know. It's kind of a cool sounding plane as it came in, honestly. Anyways, 33.7 cents, 30.8 cents, somewhere in that area. What else is in this area? Prior points of resistance here, prior points of resistance here and here, all in this area where we could find support. It just makes a lot of sense that we go there if we were to go lower. Again, I'm not calling for us to go lower. I'm just saying if we were to go lower, that would be the area that we do go to. And to make it more confusing, yes, lower than here, no, lower than this. Or perhaps we do go just below this low, we bounce right off that 1272, and then we come up. We get some kind of fake out. I could see that happening too, to be completely fair. So Stellar Lumens, a little bit of a shakeout, on discount right now at a great price to buy. As the week develops and even going into the rest of this month, I think that we'll have lower prices. October should be very bullish. I am expecting good things to come, and those good things will be in the likings of prices at 87 cents, $1.03, $1.30, and beyond, right? Once we get to $1.30, and I think that we'll be at $1.30 probably by the end of October. Once we get to $1.30 and above, we should have no problem moving to $1.78 to $2.80, somewhere in this kind of area. And I think that we'll be here by the end of the year. We are shifting the perspectives a little bit as far as the growth, the time frames of these targets, right? It is possible that we see $2 or more by the end of October, but with everything that's taken place and how long this consolidation phase has lasted, right, it's becoming very apparent, I think, that it's going to just be an end of year kind of target rather than end of October thing. If I'm wrong, if we are here by the end of October, then understand we're only going to be at higher prices by the end of the year. We could very well be at $4 or more by the end of the year. But first, we got to show some chutzpah. We got to show some oomph. If we can't get above $1.30 by the end of October, we're probably not going to be too much above $2 by the end of the year. You know what I mean? All in all, for what it's worth, though, I do expect that once this move takes place, once we do move up, whenever it finishes, I believe that we will see something of around like a $2 to $2.20 price target. Maybe $2.50, something like that. With stops along the way, right? Volatility along the way. I don't believe that's our cycle ending high. I don't believe that's where Stellar Lumens tops off this cycle. I do believe that it has tremendously more growth to go, but time will tell. We'll see how it goes. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.